Nathan Judah. I'm here with Wolves reporter Tim Spiers. Tim, on the eve of the game against Jablonec, how are things going, do you think, so far?
Against who?
Jablonec.
Very good.
Jablonec.
How are things going? It's been a good week, I think. What are we on now? What day is it now?
Day 8? Day 9? Day 8.
Day
8 in the Wolverhampton arse.
So excuse me. So we're on Monday, so we've been here a week already. I think it's been a successful trip, certainly in terms of the two matches, but more importantly in terms of, well, the work they're doing on the training ground, but team bonding as well. I mean, a lot of these guys just didn't know each other. Obviously, there's a lot of new signings here, a couple of youngsters here, Jack Ruddy, Aaron Simpson, Sylvain Deslanders as well, who maybe haven't spent a lot of time with the first team before. So, you know, great for team bonding. We've had Jeff Shea here all week as well. Laurie Dalrymple's been here and back, and he's come back out for the game tomorrow. Kevin Thelwell's out here as well. So just great for everyone to get away, team bonding. Yeah. Happy days.
And we expect, I guess, similar to two different teams in the halves, and the majority of the squad will be utilised?
Well, as pre-season goes on, we'll start to see more of Nuno's first 11 forming, and those guys will start to play kind of 60-70 minutes, I guess.
Yeah.
Whether that starts tomorrow, I'm not sure, we'll wait and see. But obviously, building up towards that Leicester game a week on Saturday, you know, when it comes to that game, there'll be his first team will be playing the majority of the 90 minutes. Sure. So we're building up to that. So I think we'll start to see his team forming over the next kind of 2-3 games ahead of that Leicester game.
Obviously, there's quite a few people who have impressed or caught the eye so far. Jack Price being one of them, Connor Cody, Willy Bolly, obviously Neves, etc. Who are the players that maybe perhaps want to showcase what they can do in the last game?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, not there are 23, 24 players here. They can't all impress. But yeah, there are some that probably need to have a good game more than others. I say Joe Mason is one. He hasn't really impressed yet. But as we've said before, I'm not sure the system maybe suits him that well. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the number 9 role just to see what he looks like. I don't think Bright fits there either. So maybe switch those two around. Maybe see Bright on the wing and Mason centrally, perhaps, to see how they do. Bright, again, as we said all last season, you want to really see him starting with that end product and starting to deliver on goals and assists. You know, that he didn't deliver any last season. Showed a lot of promise and great footwork and technique, etc. So you want to see more from him. The wing backs as well. The young wing backs that are here, Simpson and Deslanders. Obviously Douglas and Doherty are very much first choice at the moment, but if they're going to stake a claim, it's almost getting to now or never time, really, particularly if Wolves are looking to make additions in those areas. Jack Ruddy as well, we haven't seen him so far. Right. Young keeper, we've got 4 keepers out here, so I expect he'll get some game time tomorrow.
And Corny Hawes, what about him? I mean, obviously he hasn't gone home. He picked up a little bit of a niggle in training, and do we expect to see him if he stayed here? Does that mean that he's probably going to earmark him for this game? Yeah,
otherwise they'd have sent him home. So I'd say he's likely to play. Birthday boy yesterday, happy birthday, Corny.
Happy birthday, Corny.
Likely to play some part tomorrow. Dave Edwards as well. Again, does he fit in this formation? You know, can he sit there as a 2 in a 3-4-3? I'd like to see more from him next couple of in the next game. I'd also like to see the defence tested a little bit more. So you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for Wolves to go behind early on.
Sure, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Just to kind of replicate a real match kind of atmosphere, because
a real game going behind early on.
Exactly.
Real life situation.
No, absolutely. You want to see him tested a bit more, because it has been fairly passive. You know, the 2 games so far, which you'd absolutely expect from very early pre-season games. But like I said, this 3-4-3 formation, is it going to work in the Championship? Can Wolves cope in an intense game where they're getting closed down in midfield and they've got to move the ball quickly, rather than casually spreading it around as they have done the last couple of games? Anyone could make that look easy.
I like this banter.
Certainly,
I like this.
Certainly if you've got Neves in there, and Price spraying there, you know, they do that for fun. When there's no pressure on the ball. So I think you want a bit of pressure on the ball. You want a decent test. And yes, they will get that when they're at Shrewsbury away and Peterborough away, and certainly Leicester at home. But I'd like to see a bit more of that tomorrow as well.
People keep talking about new signings coming in, but I mean, the way the situation is and how big the squad is, you'd have thought that there's got to be some outgoings before there are some new signings, would you say? I
mean, there are 3, 4, 5 players you could pinpoint. Andy Lonergan being one. Lee Evans isn't here, he'd be another. Prince Onyege isn't here, he'd be another. And maybe a couple of the young wing backs, like Deslanders at left wing back, if we know they're looking to sign one. With Philip Heiser was one of their targets. So again, they're looking to get him out on loan. Jordan Graham isn't here. We know, wait to see what happens with him as well. So yeah, certainly Prince Onyege and Lee Evans, you say, are very much at risk because they're not here. Andy Lonergan, we know, he's been told he can move on. So that's 2 or 3, and then the squad will be getting down to kind of a normal size for the first time in about a year.
Looking forward to the game tomorrow night?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, look, it's been a great trip. We've had fantastic weather, as you can see. And really interested to see how this new formation and Nuno's new playing style continues. I mean, you know, as Nuadico said in the interview we got on the Express Star website today, they've made improvements since the start of pre-season. They're really keen to carry that on. and build up to Borough.
Wolves against FC Jabberneck. Make sure you follow us tomorrow exclusively at expressandStar.com.